in like 5 seconds from now, I will hit live.
All right, we're live. I apologize for the echoes on my end, some wind on AJ's end. I'm in the process of moving. That's why my apartment is bare behind me. It's been a long week. Happy to end it with the SNG weekly wrap up. Doing another bracket, an ultimate bracket of things. Really excited about this one. We actually have some overlap this week, which we'll get into. Yeah, this is going to be real good. How are we feeling heading into our second week? Dan, I want to start with you because you didn't know what was going on with last week's bracket of things. So how are you feeling now that you have an idea of kind of what we're doing?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, good. Of course, good. I do like the fact that within the first sort of 2 seconds of the show, you were apologizing for wind on AJ's end of things, which I think was a nice way to start a podcast. But yeah, I'm feeling good. I think this is a really good format. I enjoyed it last week, and yeah, this week I think we've got 4 more brackets that will be entertaining to debate. I have no idea about the 3 that you guys have put together, but I'm looking forward to seeing you guys go through the bracket that I've made this week. So, yeah, an exciting show ahead.
Yeah, this will be good. Joe, did you figure out a way to do this kind of randomized, like March Madness, or are you just going how you did last week?
No, I think for this it's better to do it because when you're looking at I don't want to spoil my bracket, but the way you're looking at it, I think you kind of latch onto a random thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You might look at a celebrity and think of one thing. AJ might look at a celebrity and think of another thing, and that to me is good enough. You know, it's a similar concept as the shuffle on a band. So
yeah, I like
think that there is enough randomness just from the natural, opinions on these celebrities.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. And AJ, what are your thoughts heading into this week? How are you doing? Why do we do that? How are you doing? You doing well?
Thanks for asking. I'm at the top of the world, and the bottom of the country, down here in South Florida. Met some cool random people at a bar last night. Ended up getting my first tattoo. So
nice.
I'm feeling lucky.
Where is it? What is it?
It's just like it looks like a freckle or like a cancerous mole right on my left butt cheek.
Nice. I like that. Do you see why I apologize for the wind, by the way?
Yeah.
Everyone
don't apologize to us. Apologize to the tattoo artist.
Yeah. I'm at the coastal beach, baby. This is the flavor of the world.
All right, so let's get into it. Ultimate bracket of things, part 2. We're going to do at least 4 parts, maybe 5. Actually, we're going to do at least 5 because we're going to have an ultimate winner. So this is a 5-week series. We'll see how long it goes. This is part 2. Joe, I believe you have the first bracket this week. So as you did last week, you tell us who is competing, and then the 3 of us will argue about it, and then we'll see who moves on.
All right.
We got first. What's your region?
This is the color celebrity region. These are colorful celebrities, to say the least. And our 1-8 matchup is CeeLo Green versus Seth Green.
This is actually a tough one for me because I love Seth Green so much in Austin Powers. He's so good in Austin Powers. He's despicable in everything else. I don't know.
He's great and without a paddle.
I mean, he might be better than the discography of CeeLo Green.
I think so.
I mean, CeeLo's got some old albums for sure, but there's like one song on the album that anybody knows, right?
Yeah.
So, I'm
Dan,
what are you fan of CeeLo?
Yeah, I would probably go with Seth Green above. I just want to quickly, like, for those viewers maybe reading ahead, is the number 5 Vanna White, or is that meant to be Dana White?
No, it's Vanna. Yeah, it's Vanna White.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's cool.
Also, AJ, bring your mic closer to your face. It might take some of the wind away.
It's touching.
Yeah,
right.
We'll see.
I can shield the wind like this.
Yeah.
I think my vote here is Seth at the number 8. I find
I think it's Seth too.
the Crazy was that one of CeeLo Green's big
Yeah,
hits
Gnarls Barkley.
as Niles Barkley. Kind of annoying song. Not not the best song in the world. Seth Green, obviously, like you said, Austin Powers plays the son of Dr. Evil. Great role. I think he's in the remake of The Italian Job as well.
I think you're right.
As Napster. I'm backing the underdog here. I'm going with Seth off the bat.
I think that's a clean sweep.
That's good.
So,
he's also in Rat Race.
upset.
Rat Race, which is one
Rat
of the great
Race,
films of all time.
Rat Race as well.
Yeah.
That's right.
With Mr. Bean.
I'm glad to see the upset. Glad to have an 8 seed, perhaps a major Cinderella run here for Seth Green. So 4-5, and I guess I have to explain one of these. And I thought I would have to, but I just wanted to make sure. So we have Jack Black as the 4 seed and Vanna White as the 5. And Vanna White, Dan, is the woman on Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune.
She goes like this on the letters.
She touches the screen that displays the letters.
Okay.
Doing that for like 30 years.
Yep.
And probably a lot more actually.
Can I jump in here first?
Yeah.
Is there any celebrity more overrated than Vanna White? I mean, she has no talent. She's attractive, but there's lots of attractive celebrities. Like, what does she do?
She's put up with a lot of lower back touches from Pat Sajak over the years. So
yeah, that's true. She doesn't even touch the things. She's like miming touching it. It's pathetic. Jack Black is where the talent is at. Dewey Cox all day.
Yeah, it's Jack Black. I mean, it's not even close. I hate Vanna White. I'm with you, AJ. I can't say that. Yeah, she doesn't do anything like you said. I'm Jack Black. Dan, obviously Jack Black's already moved on, but would you have voted Jack Black or would you have just gone for the person you don't know?
Nah, 100% Jack Black. The School of Rock musical, which ran in London for like a good few years, I think it's stopped now.
Went a ton, right?
Was I think I saw it 3 times and listened to that OST a lot. So definitely Jack Black for me would advance through that round anyway. But if it had been Dana White, then maybe there's a bit more of an argument there. But yeah, Jack Black for me beats the US version of Carol Vorderman by the sounds of it. That's a reference for our UK viewers. But Jack Black goes through.
What's the name?
Carol Vorderman. She was like so we have a show called Countdown, and it's like a letters game as well.
I like Carol Vorderman better.
She had exactly the same role as what it sounds like Vanna White. Or Vanna White. I'm giving her the Dana White with a V. But,
I mean, really, she's a relic of like an older time when it was cool that women like didn't have personalities. But that's like way out. I don't know how Wheel of Fortune isn't canceled. But...
yeah, it's not cool anymore that women don't have personalities.
Yeah.
No, it's very cool that women have personalities. That's what I'm saying.
Joe, give us the 2-7.
2-7. Betty White versus Lewis Black.
Who is Lewis Black?
So Lewis Black, you would know Lewis Black if you saw him. He's the comedian that just complains about everything.
Okay. Yep, I know who that is.
He's in Inside Out. He's in
opposed to any other comedian.
I know who you're talking about though. Joe and I have talked about Lewis.
He screams a lot. He screams a lot.
Yeah.
Like,
what the
hell is that with the shit?
Yeah, exactly. There's comedians that complain. His only thing is complaining. Like, like Inside Out, I forget who he plays. I guess he's Anger.
Yeah.
Right?
He should have been the 8 seed.
Well, the thing is, I really like him in Accepted with Justin Long.
Yeah, with Justin Long, yeah.
Which is a great movie. I think
explosion of flavor.
I think, and you guys can vote however you want. I thought Betty White was more overrated than Vanna White.
Really?
I actually respect.
You think she's got the Bill Murray thing?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually a good comparison.
Yeah, I love Betty White. I think mostly because of Lake Placid too, or Lake Placid, and Cloris Leachman's in Lake Placid too. But Betty White's great. I think she's great. She's still doing it at 90 years old. It's Come on. If Vanna White's turning letters at 90 years old, I'll maybe change my mind, but she probably won't be. So give me Betty White here. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have been able to identify Lewis Black before this, so yeah, Betty White is my pick. Does that make it 3-0 again, or have we still got AJ to cast a vote?
Yeah, AJ, where are you going?
I probably would have voted for Betty White. I mean, just with the size, the length, and the girth of her career is like staggering. I mean, she's been on screen for what, 80 years, 75 years? Like, that's ridiculous. I like Lewis Black every now and then. Yeah, she's got a great sense of humor. She makes fun of herself. Like, yeah, she's a class act.
Joe's made it known he doesn't like funny women.
I just think she's a one-trick pony.
Well, maybe now she's 93 years old.
I gotta say,
99.
She used to be a pinup in the
99?
Yeah. Do you know what, another cool thing is that if me, James, and Betty White were to be like, you know, a trio hanging out all the time, we would have birthdays on 3 consecutive days. Yeah. Betty White is the 17th of January, I'm the 18th of January, and James is the 19th of January. So
birthday week
3 Capricorns hanging out, doing great things. So Betty White's got to go through. It's a no-brainer.
Yeah, that's easy.
I would pay to see that threesome, by the way.
Okay.
3-6. We have music legends James Brown and music legend Pink.
Dan, why don't you start this one?
I'm not a huge Pink fan. But I do feel like she probably is way more talented than I would give her credit for. I just think the era of music maybe doesn't let her show that off. Whereas the complete opposite, I think, of James Brown. You know, perhaps if James Brown was an emerging talent now, he would, I don't know, have a completely different style. I feel like he's just a very talented individual. But yeah, I share a surname with one of them. And so I don't know Pink's real name. But yeah, James Brown, gonna stick with my my family roots there and put James Brown through for me.
AJ, I'll give you the deciding vote. I'm going Pink simply because James Brown is big time canceled. So you know, I got to go Pink for that reason alone, because his music's fantastic.
Yeah, well, I will break the tie with the King of Soul. And here, as I embarrass myself in this public park, I'm going to give him a little callback to the yow! You know, I mean, who gives the yow better than Jimmy B?
Nice. Don't apologize to the park, apologize to YouTube.
I think they liked it. Yeah. I love James Brown. He's got
great.
the vibe.
He's just canceled. So
is he actually cancelled? Am I missing something here?
No, he's big time.
Yeah,
big time canceled.
He was posthumously canceled.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you could look it up on your own time.
Oh, okay. I can see 6.4 on his wiki page.
Yeah.
All right. Well, he's up against a 99-year-old Angel in the next round, so we can see for that.
Yeah. If you haven't seen Tom Segura's video about like how tall was James Brown and did he wear platforms or not, that is like 7 minutes of your life that you will just treasure forever.
Yeah, you're right. I agree with you on that. Joe, what's our first second round? Over it.
Second round matchup, we have Seth Green and Jack Black.
What have you start? I think it's obvious here, but I'll let one of you start.
Yeah, I mean it's a goofy match. I feel like they're from the same kind of cut from the same cloth, but I think one's been slightly more successful in lead roles, playing a sort of a goofy character. So Jack Black for me. School of Rock is going to be very hard to beat on, mentally for me on any of these matchups here. So Dewey Cox or Mr. Schneebly, as he was known for a little while in that film, makes his way through, for me at least, to the final of this bracket.
AJ?
Yeah, I mean, I like Seth Green. I'm not a huge Robot Chicken fan, but I mean, the guy is funny. He's been cranking out jokes for a long time. But he doesn't have that kind of curb appeal that Jack Black does. Um, I'm a musician myself. I love that he can kind of transcend between film and the stage. So let's rock today.
Yeah, it's Jack Black. It's Jack Black. Seth Green, nice run. You defeated the 1 seed, but Jack Black moves to the finals. Now we've got who do we have there on the other side, Joe?
So the two favorites, we have Betty White and James Brown.
Again, same logic as last time for me. Got to go Betty White.
Dan, do you have any strong feelings?
I mean, I've been swayed by the jury here because I wasn't aware of the cancellation of James Brown.
It's tough. Yeah, it's tough.
And one of these people hasn't been cancelled to my knowledge, so it's probably going to be the 2 seed. It's close in terms of what they did while they were alive. And Betty White is just about still alive, but yeah, I'm gonna have to take into consideration everything I've learned so far in this on this show. So,
what if Betty White gets posthumously canceled?
Well, exactly. That's what I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not like saying that's not going to happen, but at the moment,
I would say if we asked Betty White her thoughts on immigration and some other things. He's kind of a one-trick pony in the fact, like Lewis Black, if he lives to be 99, he could do what Betty White's doing and just say, "I'm old." Every once in a while, Twitter, her name trends, and it's not because she died.
Post SNL,
right. He like anybody can do what she's doing now. She had a great career, Golden Girls. In my opinion, she was one of the weaker members of Golden Girls, but I don't think she's been given the platform to even be canceled.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's true.
I am curious to see. I think that might be a good prediction if you can put a couple of dollars on Betty White saying something that would be okay in 1922. Not okay.
Yeah. Well, maybe then I'll hand it over to AJ to make the final decision. I'll stick with my man James Brown.
Right.
Based on what I didn't previously know. So AJ, it's your decision now. It's all balls in your court.
My brain is tingling. I wasn't expecting to handle this one. I was just gonna roll with you guys on Betty, but
and me and Dan known to roll on Betty. AJ known to pay to see it.
Let's keep rolling on Miss Betty White because she hasn't been canceled yet. And you know what? If she does get posthumously canceled, then I mean, she'll have deserved the longevity of her secrets being kept.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's hard. It's an accomplishment, no doubt. Can I chime in? I know I'm not really supposed to. So that's
sure. No. Go ahead.
It's a vote for Betty White, AJ.
Yeah.
Okay. Just FYI, if you go to her Wikipedia, because what Dan inspired me to go on for James Brown.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to her humanitarian work page, it's all animal rights. There isn't one human that's involved in this. So I don't know. It's like it's LA Zoo, we have Morris Animal Foundation, American Humane.
She's a pet enthusiast, according to Wikipedia.
Society. Not one human. There's a picture of her and Barack, but it looks like she's kind of asking him something.
It's kind of unbelievable when you look at her friendships page with B. Arthur and Lucille Ball, and she's just so old, man.
Right. I mean, you can't
John
blame
Steinbeck.
her if she has, like she's thinking something that's not, okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, these are hypotheticals. That shouldn't be held against. Like this hypothetical racism of Betty White should not be held against her.
Yeah. Now we should be holding different things against her. You know what I mean?
Oh my God! What's the final?
Right.
the number 4 seed Jack Black and the number 2 seed Betty White.
So Dan, are you riding your guy to the finish line here?
Yeah, I've got to. I don't think there's anything else really that I have to say about Jack Black. So yeah, I'm putting him through as my pick.
Okay. AJ?
Yeah, I've already circled Jack Black. I know he's winning this thing. I've seen him perform live at a music festival, and that shit was off the chain. I mean, the energy in that crowd was just unbelievably electric. Love Jack Black. Love seeing him go ahead to the next round.
Yeah, it's an easy pick. Jack Black should have been the 1 seed, in my opinion, in this bracket. So that's an easy advance through. So Dan, I think we have your region up next.
We do. So this is the Pools region. So number 1 versus number 8. This is a really tough matchup. RuPaul is unlucky here to be at the number 8. He should be probably a lot higher. But we have Aaron Paul of obviously Breaking Bad and is Fast and the Furious. Maybe is he in some of those films?
No, he's in Need for Speed.
Need for Speed. There we go. So Aaron Paul, number 1, up against number 8, RuPaul.
I'll start on this. I don't think Aaron Paul is an amazing actor, but I love him in Breaking Bad. I thought he was pretty good in the new season of Westworld, and I liked him in the show on Hulu called The Path. So that's 3 shows that I enjoy him in. I don't think he's exceptional in them, but I like him enough to advance him through beyond RuPaul. So that's where my vote is. Joe, you haven't really gotten a chance to vote yet. So,
yeah, Aaron Paul, you're Breaking Bad, BoJack Horseman,
and BoJack, of course. Yeah, and that's 4 shows.
The knock on Aaron Paul, his Price is Right appearance.
Yes.
Yeah.
His gambling commercials are pitiful. During the George Floyd riots, he was part of some kind of like celebrity commercial.
The Imagine video, right?
No, it was like very similar though.
Oh, okay.
Pitiful. RuPaul has kind of probably saved like many lives. Really brought that culture to the mainstream. Kind of. If you go to Madame Tussauds, the first wax figure you see is actually RuPaul hanging from the chandelier. It's pretty crazy. I get the setup of the bracket, but I don't.
I might have been there.
This is tough, man. I don't think Aaron Paul has transcended anything. I think he says curse words very well.
He's excellent with the word bitch.
Yeah.
I mean, that's who puts stank on it like Aaron Paul.
Yeah.
I'm gonna vote for RuPaul. I'll have that on my record. And AJ, I know you're gonna vote for Aaron Paul, so I'm okay with that.
You know what? I wasn't. I thought I was gonna go second, and I was gonna give you the deciding vote. Because I figured I would vote for Aaron Paul in the next round because
that's the thing. Like the winner of this round is going
to the final.
Yeah, it's going to the finals.
Yeah. So damn. I mean, I love Breaking Bad. It's my favorite TV show of all time.
Yeah. And BoJack a close second for me. So that's 2 up there.
I mean, if I could count the number of times I've had to tell someone this is my own private domicile and I will not be harassed, it's endless.
Listen, I'm not faulting you for voting Aaron Paul. I'm just saying.
No, I
think RuPaul needs his due.
Sure, yeah, I was gonna give RuPaul his due, because he's just a pop culture icon.
Yeah,
right. Maybe not in everybody's taste, but. I think for what he accomplished, and you know what, I'm going RuPaul.
Wow!
Because RuPaul is the greatest ever at his thing.
Wow!
Exactly. Like he brought his thing to the main stage made it pop culture. Like before, that was very faux pas. It was like, so I think he's a dominant force, and let's upset it. I'm going
RuPaul. Two eights make it through. I love that.
Yeah. All right, there we go. So RuPaul through to the semi-final.
That should have been a finals matchup. The fact that was a first round matchup is kind of incredible.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, it's a hot bracket. So next up we've got the 4 pick, which is Logan Paul versus his younger brother Jake Paul at number 5.
Which one went to the Suicide Forest?
Logan.
That was Logan, but Logan also beat up Nate Robinson.
That was Jake, I think.
That was Jake.
Right?
Fuck knows. Who cares?
I think that was Logan, wasn't it?
No, it was Jake.
I think Jake is the more accomplished boxer.
Logan fought KSI.
Okay, which one's
fighting? And is supposed to fight with Mayweather. Yeah, he's supposed to have a Mayweather fight.
Okay. I will take Jake Paul. Don't care. Don't know. Don't care. They're losing to RuPaul.
I'm gonna take Logan Paul to put the shtick on Joe.
I know.
Also
I
because
last pick here.
He's the older brother. He got into the limelight first and made a name for himself. You gotta admit, these guys, as annoying, and atrocious as they may be, they made a fortune out of being, world-renowned dickheads. So they got that going. But I'll vote Logan.
That's true.
Jake was actually a Disney star to begin with.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether that was before.
But it was because of the tomfoolery.
Was it? Okay.
On YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Joe, you got a big choice here.
Yeah, I'll go with Jake. I mean, the guy's a genius marketing. Basically has put the Men in Black light on people. Because they don't understand that boxers there's like professional boxers. There's like a sect of professional boxers. And people see him fight and they're like, wait a second, this guy is the greatest boxer of all time. They've never seen a boxer before.
So can we go ahead and just put RuPaul into the final?
No, that's not how it works.
Not yet.
So next up we have Les Paul, the famous guitarist, against Sean Paul, the reggae artist, I guess.
One of you guys start.
I'll start. Les Paul, Patterson, New Jersey, represent. But I love Sean Paul. I mean, some of the greatest moments of my life involve Sean Paul. So that's an easy one for me.
Sweet 16s and.
We played Sean Paul. Oh my god, the one with Sia. The song is great. There's this other one. I can't think of the name of it, but it's one of the best songs. I'm Still in Love with You. Yeah, that is a great song.
AJ?
I'm gonna go with my heart here and vote for the musician and accomplished guitar maker, engineer. Okay. Well,
Sean Paul.
Are they? I mean, Sean Paul is a singer. Is he a musician? He's got the right temperature for sure. But just when I hear Sean Paul songs, it's like it brings me back to a time that like I didn't really like that time. Things were awkward, like I'm thinking about like driving to high school with my sister blasting Sean Paul in a crappy Mustang. Like, that wasn't the vibe. I'm going Les Paul.
Okay. I am also going Les Paul because it's an obvious choice. I can't even believe there was a vote the other way. As much as I love Sean Paul, it's obviously it's Les Paul.
So, here's my problem with Les Paul. Guy, obviously, innovative, right? In the construction of the electric guitar. Can you name? Does he have any great songs? And I might be wrong here.
Well, there's a lot of great songs that were played on his guitars.
Yeah,
recorded.
I'm thinking about the guys who,
Yeah.
who only use his guitars, and that's it because they swear by it. You know,
It's like the
it's got that
person who
sound, it's
invented
got that-
paper. Did he write any great novels? No.
I don't know.
But
I
every
would
great
pick-
novel has been written on his invention.
I would pick Sean
Yeah.
Paul over the person that invented paper. If this was Sean Paul against, Jimi Hendrix, I want to take Jimi Hendrix. I understand this is a Paul region,
Mm.
but I just think Sean Paul has accomplished more with music at a creative sense,
Mm.
as opposed to an industrious sense. Respect for both, but for me, it's Sean Paul. But I'm glad to see Les move on, and it's going to be a battle for this next two. So
Yeah, this next one is, I would say, weighted more towards the American crowd here. These two aren't really household names in the UK. We have the number 3 seed Chris Paul up against number 6 Rand Paul.
I'll start on this one. Everyone knows I hate Chris Paul. I think he's overrated. He's never won anything. I wouldn't want him on my team, but he's not Rand Paul, so I'm taking Chris Paul. AJ, Joe?
I don't really give a shit either way for these guys. I'll go Rand Paul because he's anti-big stuff, anti-establishment. Think for yourself.
I think you're thinking of Ron Paul, yeah.
Yeah, I'm with James. I don't love Chris Paul, but I went to Target the other day to get some desk furniture, and they were selling these little bags of keychains, random NBA keychains, and I bought a pack of them. You get 2 in a pack. It's like you open it up, you don't know who you're gonna get, and I got Steph Curry and I got Chris Paul, which is like my 2 least favorite players, like besides like Rudy Gobert. So I have a Chris Paul keychain right now, so I have to vote for Chris Paul.
Okay, even though in real life you voted for Rand Paul, in this vote Chris Paul.
I faked my Kentucky address to make sure mentioned Rand.
All right, Dan, what are we looking at in the second round?
So second round, we have the number 8 seed RuPaul up against number 5 Jake Paul. I think you guys kind of alluded that this might be a clean sweep through to the final, so we can get it over with if it is, unless anyone wants to argue for Jake getting to the final.
No, we've got an 8 seed going to the final.
Cool.
Although I will say Jake Paul and RuPaul are more similar than you think because of the
boxing.
The dominance of what they've became. They're probably again the greatest at what they do. Just basically trolling and drag. The only problem is you can make the argument that Jake Paul's own brother is better than him. So it has to be
exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Cool.
Other side, Dan?
And then on the other side, we have the number 3 seed Chris Paul up against the number 2 Les Paul.
I'll start this one off. Going straight ahead with the titan of the electric guitar industry. I think his legacy speaks for itself. I don't think anyone's going to be talking about Chris Paul probably in 5 years, and then in a couple decades, nobody's going to remember this
very uninformed sports take from AJ. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame in 10 years.
You think? He hasn't won anything.
Yeah, but he'll be in the Hall of Fame. He's a Hall of Famer. But I'm with you. I'm sorry, Joe. I'm with AJ. I got to put Les Paul through. Yeah,
I am too.
I'm glad we finally get to vote against Chris Paul. So
cool.
This is a good final here, Dan.
So yeah, this is actually a really good final. So we have the 8 seed, who probably should have been seeded higher in the first place anyway. We easily could have had actually RuPaul at the number 1 and Aaron Paul at the number 8.
Tell everyone who you replaced.
Pope John Paul the second, I guess it would be. Whatever the most recent John Paul was. So we have, the number 8 RuPaul up against number 2 Les Paul in the final. And this one's going to be interesting.
AJ, why don't you start this one?
Shit. I mean, these are two guys that have incredible legacies. I mean, I feel like their impact on pop culture is kind of equally timeless. But I'm gonna go against my gut here again and go Rue, because I think what he brought to the scene was so unique. Like there's a lot of guitar manufacturers, there's a lot of really famous guitarists who love their Stratocasters or love their SGs, but RuPaul is just, I mean, he's a titan in his industry, and so for his uniqueness, I'm gonna go.
AJ, I must insist next week that you do the show inside somewhere. Absolutely necessary for next week. It is kind of funny. It only picks up. No, we can hear it.
It's fine
as you're talking, but it only picks up when you talk, which is kind of interesting. So it's kind of fun.
Oh, good. So I don't have to keep muting myself if you guys are talking.
Oh, so you are. Well, that would be why. Joe, you're yeah. Joe, you're where are you going here, Brew or less?
Yeah, I'm going Rue. I have less in here to
clean
begin
sweep.
with.
Yeah, clean sweep.
My argument is there's a photograph of RuPaul, Charles Barkley, and Nirvana, and there's no photograph of Les Paul and Nirvana. So who's really, maybe even RuPaul is the titan of 90s grunge as well.
Good point. There is no photograph of them with Nirvana. So yeah, good point. Good point. All right. This brings it to my region. We had a little overlap here. I don't want to say anything, but I did say I was going to do a colors bracket about 5 or 6 days ago. So
did you?
Yeah, I did. I did put that out there. So just because I'm going second, just know that I chose the colors first.
Maybe that's where I got the inspiration.
It must be. I did take out a few celebrities, but I had to leave one in because you did not have this person. It's my 1 seed, Jeff Goldblum, up against the 8 seed Red Panda. Red Panda, Dan, if you're unfamiliar, an incredible halftime act. Throws bowls and plates onto her head while she rides a.
We talked about her on this show.
Yeah, we did. We've talked about her before. This is. I thought this was going to be the big Titan matchup, but we've had 2 8 seeds win. So you guys debate away. I'm going to go grab some water.
Yeah, I mean, nice. Red Panda, greatest ever at what she does. To stay consistent, I'll have to vote for her.
That's difficult then, because my thinking with this is if that had been an actual red panda, which arguably every time you go to a zoo, the best thing you can see in a zoo is the red panda. It usually has quite like a specific enclosure. It's usually really central, and it will have like a moat and then a tree in the middle, and you always like have to find the red panda within its enclosure. And when you see it, it's one of the cutest animals that exist in the world. So had it been an actual red panda, I probably would have been picking that over Jeff Goldblum. But now I know that it's kind of like a novelty halftime act. I can't vote against Jeff. I love Wes Anderson films, and obviously he's in the majority. He's definitely. Hang on, am I getting myself mixed up? He's in The Life Aquatic, at least.
Yeah.
And I love him in that. I think he's in Tenenbaums, but I might be getting.
He's not in Tenenbaums. I only know just because I watched it 2 days ago. But Goldblum is in Jurassic Park. He's a cool guy. He's like 70 years old or something, isn't he? And he's like got a hell of a lot of like. Hasn't been cancelled.
He hasn't been cancelled either, which is a lucky thing. So yeah,
he just got beaten to a pulp, though.
Huh?
He just got beaten in New York, the streets of New York City.
What's that? I'm not aware of this story. Fill me in.
Yeah, he got like mugged.
Ooh.
I think.
Well, I can't hold that against him.
Oh no, it's
against
not.
the Red Panda.
No, it wasn't him.
Okay. Was it
got
Alec
beaten?
Baldwin? So I'm putting Goldblum as my pick up against the Red Panda. Yeah. So it's over to AJ for the casting the final vote.
I think I'm to go with Jeff Goldblum as well. I'm just more familiar with his work than with the work of Red Panda. I'm sure she's very impressive, but she's not in any Marvel movies. She's not in the Jurassic Park franchise or Independence Day. So I'll go with Jeff Goldblum.
Rick Moranis was the guy that was mugged.
Rick Moranis.
A classic.
He
mix-up.
would. He doesn't even have any money anymore.
You can see the mix-up.
Yeah, I can see the mix-up. All right, so Jeff Goldblum goes through. He will be facing the winner of the 4-seed Great White Shark and the 5-seed Blue Whale.
Yeah, I just want to add as well that Goldblum's in 3 Wes Anderson movies.
Okay.
Grand Budapest Hotel, Isle of Dogs, and Life Aquatic.
Oh,
yeah.
Forgot about the Isle of Dogs.
Yeah, it wasn't the best. So Blue Whale, Great White Shark. I might open up on this one. I mean, Great White Shark is just like pure power. It's like just raw power. And then the blue whale is just like mind blowing that you can have a mammal that size. So I'm gonna go with the size and the scale of the blue whale, and just that like something like that can exist on the same kind of elements and stuff that a human exists, or that an ant exists. Like just that pure scale is just unreal. And they're slightly less aggressive. Great White Shark is a bit too on the aggressive side for me as well. Peace in the streets.
I was gonna say similar things in defense of the blue whale, because I thought that might be the underdog in this category, but yeah, I think the sheer like size difference between a blue whale and like the next biggest creature on the planet is just so vast that's pretty cool. But I will leave this up to Joe.
What is the next biggest creature? Is it another whale, I guess?
I don't know. I'll look that up right now.
But yeah, I'm gonna go with the great white shark. I think that's also a really solid pick. It's the monster of the deep. It's been many movies about the fear of the great white shark. You don't see a lot of stuff about blue whale. I'd like to see like a really shitty horror movie about a blue whale though.
Yeah, it's got to exist.
It exists. It exists. I'll find it. Or no, I'm thinking of orca killer whale. It's the colossal squid. Dan is the next biggest.
Oh dang! What, the next biggest thing that's not a whale?
That's not a whale. Yeah.
Okay.
No. Just the next biggest creature.
No way.
Blue whale is 98 feet. The colossal squid is 90 feet, which is horrifying
really
to think about.
Yeah.
Wonder why they believed in the Kraken, right? I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Joe, break the tie.
Yeah, blue whale for me here. Again, the greatest big fish, and I just don't want the squid to have any kind of visibility. So continue to vote for the blue whale over the squid or the shark.
All right, so we go to the 2 versus 7. The 2 seed, you've got the Blue Ridge Mountains. The 7 seed, you've got Orange Chicken from your local Chinese restaurant.
I'll jump on this one. Blue Ridge Mountains. That's North Carolina, baby. I love the Blue Ridge Mountains. Camping, hiking, waterfalls. They have some of the best roads for motorcycle riding in the country.
But do they have orange chicken?
Screw orange chicken. Anybody can make orange chicken. The shitty Chinese food place down the street from my college. It's literally the worst Chinese food place. You know what? Everybody swears they had the best orange chicken. They don't. It's like a mental thing. It's just, it's all the same. Blue Ridge Mountains. Unique, beautiful, sightly, long twisting roads. That's my shit.
And Joe?
Yeah, I mean, John Denver, to me, the greatest vocalist going. He sings about the Blue Ridge Mountains. South Blue Ridge Mountains.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably a clean sweep. Orange chicken, it wouldn't be called that in the UK. It's not like sweet and sour chicken, is it?
No, it's got like a sweet orange sauce.
No sour to it then.
No sour at all. Yeah,
okay.
No.
So yeah, I'm just gonna Google orange chicken. I just wanna make sure that
look it up. It's delicious.
My thing,
like AJ said, anyone can make it.
Correct. Chinese orange chicken. But yeah, I mean, purely based on the fact that I've not had it, and mountains are mountains, and I mean, it looks a lot like sweet and sour.
Yeah, it could be that could be what sweet and sour is by you, but
yeah, like Hong Kong style sweet and sour.
Not like the sweet and sour we have here.
So yeah, based on that, we'll put the Blue Ridge Mountains through to the next round.
Okay. So we've got the 3-seed Pink Panther. Any iteration you want. Could be the cartoon, could be whatever. It's an all-encompassing Pink Panther going up against the 6-seed, the Jolly Green Giant. Dan, if you're unfamiliar, if you look him up.
Jolly Green Giant makes sweet corn in the UK, but
yes,
is that just the myth of the Jolly Green Giant, or
no? It's the mascot. Yeah, it's the mascot. Yeah.
Against the Pink Panther, Steve Martin, very funny in the Pink Panther films. I'd be putting Pink Panther through on this one. As I bought a Cats thing to the table last week, and I wasn't able to vote on any of the Cats. So to be able to put a cat, albeit fictional, through this week is a delight. So yeah, I'm going with the Pink Panther.
I like the movie. The Pink Panther has always been a kind of a controversial thing, just because it's not quite what you're getting when you see the movie. But I hate vegetables, so I will go with Pink Panther.
I would have gone Pink Panther as well.
Maybe give us one word, AJ, from Pink Panther.
One word?
I wanted you to hit us with the jojoba.
That's from Pink Panther too.
That's Pink Panther too.
Kind of a deep cut. I was thinking of, when I think of Pink Panther, I think of when he's in Beyonce's room trying to take the magical blue pill for the middle-aged man.
Of course, that's the line you would think of.
Falling through the ceiling to concierge and hits the bell. He's like, "Ding! We need fresh towels in 2FR." I love that.
Yeah, that's not a surprise at all from you. This is exactly. I don't know. I might have had Red Panda go through, but I think this would have been my 4 here. So we've got a good matchup here around 2. We've got Jeff Goldblum versus the Blue Whale. Debate away.
I'm going with the whale here, man. Actually, I don't know. I've seen a blue whale. I think I've seen a whale before. I've never seen Jeff Goldblum. I think if I saw Jeff Goldblum in person, I would remember it, because now I'm like, have I seen a whale? I think so. But if I saw Jeff Goldblum, I would remember it for sure. So because of the album for Jeff Goldblum.
Okay.
I am 100% backing the Blue Whale on this one. I think the Blue Whale is the best in its class. It's huge. And I mean, this squid coming in second place is just, it's nothing. It doesn't even compare. You think of the actual mass of the squid is just completely different. It might be long, but it's kind of like long based on the fact that it's got long, spindly, fleshy arms that come off its sort of mainframe. Whereas the blue whale is literally just like a mass of thing. And yeah, all day long blue whale. And the fact that it eats krill, which has always been just like ridiculous to me, that like the biggest thing in the world eats these tiny little microscopic well, they're not microscopic, but these tiny little animals is ridiculous as well. But yeah, blue whale all day.
Does the blue whale have a predator?
No.
Something on the toxic.
I mean,
no,
when they
right?
die, the great white shark's turning up and
Yeah.
munching on that blubber. But
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's incredible.
Otherwise. Yeah.
Yeah, I think if
Time.
you
I like
put
that,
up
sorry.
if you put up like a random fact about Jeff Goldblum versus a random fact about a blue whale is gonna have more interesting facts all day long.
Yeah.
So
David Attenborough, right, is not doing a voiceover for Jeff Goldblum.
True.
But maybe he should.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe
he should. I like Joe's reasoning for voting, just because he doesn't remember whether or not he saw a whale, but he would remember if he saw Jeff Goldblum. I like that. All right, so we've got number 2, the Blue Ridge Mountains, versus number 3, the Pink Panther, which I feel like is going to be tough for you, AJ.
We got childhood memories versus adulthood memories here on the docket, but although everyone needs a good laugh, I'm a mountain man. That's where I find my peace. That's where I find my solace. So I'm sticking with the mountains on this
one. Yeah, John Denver. I'm never going to vote against John Cougar Denver, as some call him.
Wasn't he from Colorado though?
No, the Take Me Home Country Roads is about West Virginia and Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River.
Isn't that song about Western Virginia?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not West Virginia.
I don't know if it's about. I don't know exactly what part.
I think that's a fun fact.
Oh, that is a fun fact. I just,
to
me, it just represented the country itself. I never quite put a specific image in my mind. I mean, Rocky Mountain High is about Colorado.
Yeah.
It says Denver, Colorado, I believe, right in the middle of it. It's kind of let you know.
Good
for
point.
Sure.
Good point. Makes you think. All right, so we've got that going through. Dan, where would you have voted?
Probably with the Blue Ridge Mountains, but yeah, I think for that. There's also Blue Side of the Mountain, which is a song that I really like by a band called the Steel Drivers, which was the band that Chris Stapleton was in before he was sort of a solo artist. So I can only think, blue and mountain in the same song title. It's got to be inspired by the Blue Ridge Mountains, because blue is quite an odd color to sort of associate to terrain. So I quite like that as well. Obviously, the sky is blue, but for the things actually kind of grounded on Earth, blue is quite an odd thing. Other than water's maybe quite prevalent in our world. To get to that, yeah. But for a mountain is very much the opposite of that, isn't it? It's protruding out of the Earth rather than going back in. So we got a big final here on our hands.
Yeah, two blue. Two blue guys here. You've got the number 2 seed Blue Ridge Mountains versus the number 5 Blue Whale.
I'll go first on this one. I'm Blue Whale all day long. Look, I don't need to say anything else about this Blue Whale. Blue Whale all day long.
So I think we should go to Joe next, because Joe has made it clear who he's voting for. Sets up a tie.
Yeah, got to continue the run here.
So AJ,
and I'm with you there, buddy. I'm not voting against the mountains.
Wow, nice. I thought the Blue Whale for sure would win. Wow. All right. So the Blue Ridge Mountains go through. So they will be taking on.
That's a very American pick by you three, or you two rather. I must admit I had to Google at the start of this where the Blue Ridge Mountains actually were. So,
I would have gone Blue Whale.
They don't have mass sex appeal across the world, but I do like that you guys have put them through over the Blue Whale, which is widely known across the world. I'm just saying. All right, so
so we've got one region left. AJ, take it away.
Yes. I apologize for all of the windiness throughout this part of the bracket, guys. But we're doing songs that written about good old LA. That is Los Angeles, and so I found some songs that were either written about Los Angeles itself, people from Los Los Angeles. These are all famous songs. I hope you know all of them. Definitely most of them. Might be a couple in there that y'all have never heard of. But up first, we have the number 1 seed, Under the Bridge by the Red Hot Chili Peppers versus I Love LA by Randy Newman.
Okay.
Joe, you're a Randy. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Dan.
Yeah, I'll jump in. I mean, I'm shocked that it's not Californication by
Crazy.
the Chili's. But I don't even know that. I don't think I even know that the 8 seed. So for me, it's Kiedis All Day Long and Under the Bridge is my pick there.
So what I was gonna say,
just
Joe,
to clarify, we're not doing songs about California, we're doing songs about Los Angeles.
The famous bridge. What's the famous bridge in LA?
I don't know, but the lyric
City
is
of Angels. Talks about the city.
Yeah, like
okay. The
Yeah,
city I live in,
Angels.
the
Yeah.
city of angels.
Joe, I got to assume you're going Randy Newman.
I love Randy Newman.
I know you do.
I mean, I guess you're gonna vote for Under the Bridge, so if I'll have it on my record to vote for Randy Newman. I like Under the Bridge, but since I know you're going, I'll go with.
This is how it started with RuPaul. RuPaul was just
Yeah.
to go on the
That is true,
record.
that is true.
I'll support the number 8 seed, and now look where we are. He's in the final.
No, I'm going Red Hot Chili Peppers all day.
Okay.
Under the Bridge, easy pick. Yeah, but yes, that is how it started. All right, AJ, what's next?
all right, next we got California Love by Tupac featuring Dr. Dre versus Hollywood Nights by Bob Seger.
This is
a good one.
This is a tough one. This is the definition of a 4-5 right here.
Yeah.
I got to go Hollywood Nights, I think. I love that song. I'm a huge fan of that song. I love Bob Seger. So, yeah, give me Hollywood Nights. Maybe the whitest pick I could do, but give it to me.
Yeah, I don't really love old rap, but California Love is amazing.
Yeah.
Again, definitely raised the bar. Music video is crazy. But I just, it's not my thing. 90s rap. Bob, a legend, again, to steal James's thunder with the John Denver. I mean, Bob was all about Michigan.
Yes.
So, I mean, Hollywood, LA, not totally sure relationship here, but I will go with Hollywood Nights.
I should have gone second. I should have gone second on this one because I definitely would pick California Love.
Really?
But game's over. Game's over.
Yeah, game's over on that one.
Yeah, California Love, probably out of all of the songs on here, is the one that jumps off the screen for me the most. Disappointed not to see Beverly Hills by Weezer.
Shocking.
Yeah.
Again, not LA. This is not LA, but neither is Hollywood Nights. This is where
yeah, exactly.
It's not. It's
really
LA
stretched here.
and surrounding neighborhoods.
Yeah,
because we're about to get to another one here.
The
straight out
conurbation.
of Compton, right?
Yeah. All right, so Bob Seger's Hollywood Nights is moving right along. So next we got the 2 seed, Enema by Tool.
I almost
versus...
I want the winner of the LA bracket to be a song called Hollywood Nights.
Hollywood Nights, yeah.
We got Sunset People by Donna Summer versus Tool's Enema. I know I can't vote, but I mean, I think Enema should win the bracket overall. I don't know if you guys. Yeah.
I don't know either song, so one of you guys.
Oh,
start.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, me neither. So I'm going to pretend that one is Beverly Hills, and the other one is Start a Fire from La La Land, and I'm going to put that in at number 7. So I'm going to go with Sunset People, but yeah, I don't think I know either song. Should I know one of them?
I don't know either one. I don't like.
I know.
Tool,
I know
so.
the Donna Summer one.
So none of you guys are familiar with Enema?
No.
But I don't know
It's the best song on this board. It's all about flushing away the filth and disgustingness, which is LA. Watching it all wash away in a giant tidal wave.
I mean, I'm voting with Dan's seating, and Dan gave What did you said?
Well,
Beverly Hills is
we'll
number
say
2?
City of Stars actually at number 7 and Beverly Hills at 2.
I'll go City of Stars. 7.
City of
7.
Stars. So yes, and over to Joe.
I respect the musicianship of Tool. You know, I'm looking at the lyrics. It is pretty. It's LA specific. One line that works. So I'll go with Tool. Again,
Right, but I think Donna Summer moves on through. Sorry, AJ.
God damn, that breaks my heart, guys. I don't know why I do these brackets like this, just so that you guys can squash all over my soul. Donna Summer over Tool. Oh my lord. Y'all got a reckoning coming. All right. The last matchup we got is Tiny Dancer by Elton John versus Straight Outta Compton NWA.
So Tiny Dancer is LA? What's the
Blue Jean Baby.
LA lady.
Oh yeah, that's right.
For the band.
Yeah, you're right.
Blue Jean Baby.
Tiny Dancer for the same reasons.
Oh wow, I was gonna go Straight Outta Compton there.
Right.
But
Dan.
Yeah,
Go.
so if I guess I get the casting thing. Tiny Dancer for me. Tiny Dancer. Elton John.
All right.
Someone call
Elton moves
Tiny Dancer.
on. All right. Well,
So-
we're shaping up to have a pretty good next round here. We have
a
Red Hot
Tool
Chili
free
Peppers,
round, yeah.
Under the Bridge versus Bob Seger's Hollywood Nights. Will it be, guys?
I'm going Hollywood Nights just because of what Joe said before. I just want Hollywood to win this, so I'm going Hollywood Nights.
I think I like Hollywood Nights better as a song.
I mean, I'm for Under the Bridge, but if it's 2-1 and we've got Hollywood Nights in the final, then it's how the cookie crumbles.
I actually think honestly, I think I like it better as a song too, Joe.
Is I don't know enough about California. Is Hollywood part of LA?
I
No.
would say it is. Is it not?
Well, it's
Yeah,
like
I
there,
think so.
yeah. I guess kind of, but I mean, it's its own.
I would say
It's like a
I would say it's a
district.
district of
Los
LA.
Angeles. Yeah. That's probably the way to say it.
Just
Yeah.
like Beverly Hills, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just know it's not called LA
bracket.
Nights.
Oh, I could have done LA Woman by the Doors.
LA Woman.
Yeah.
That one.
California
Yeah.
Dreamin'.
You missed a ton.
I did.
of LA
Well,
songs.
maybe
But
I'll
that's all right.
maybe I'll
Hey,
bring it
that's
back
only
for a second. There's been a lot of songs written about LA. let me
Yeah,
tell
it's-
I
you.
would say
Exactly.
LA Woman. I might have pushed to the finals here.
I want you to do the songs about Des Moines bracket, AJ.
Oh, yeah, we'll have to dig deep on that one. So Bob Seger is moving on to the finals, eh?
Yep.
All right. Well, who's it gonna be versus Elton John and Donna Summer?
Dan,
Two
why don't you go
divas,
first?
two legends.
Yeah, I'll go first. It's Sir Elton John all day long, going through for me. But yeah, that's where I'm at.
Joe?
Yeah. Give me the Brit versus the guy from Michigan.
for the LA songs. Yeah, it's Elton John. It's Elton John. I don't even know Sunset People, so it's Elton John. Which leaves an interesting 3 versus 5 matchup here, AJ.
It sure does. This was unprecedented. I did not expect to be seeing this in the finals, but I'm glad we're here. You guys have made some valid points and some ludicrous points. But here we have Bob Seger, Hollywood Nights versus Elton John's Tiny Dancer.
I'll start. I'm actually just based on song alone. I'm going Hollywood Nights. I think it's the best song on the board. I love that song. I just listened to it last night. I prefer it to Tiny Dancer. I don't think Tiny Dancer's a top 5 Elton John song in my opinion. So
That's a fair point.
Really?
I don't know. Dan, you go.
I think I'm with Tiny Dancer for sure. Would Boulevard I know I'm going away from the Hollywood Nights versus Tiny Dancer. Boulevard of Broken Dreams. But would that be about LA? I'm guessing
that would also be LA. Yeah.
But yeah, Tiny Dancer at number 3 is my pick for the win. But yeah, I feel like I'm not too familiar with the Hollywood Nights.
Look it up. I think you'll love it. You'll love the song.
All right,
it's like 2 chords. It's like it was Hollywood Nights.
I'll mute my mic and then I'll listen to it quickly, and then I'll give a.
Yeah, it really is all about the chorus.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's that leave you, Joe?
Tough, man. You saying that Tiny Dancer is in top 5 Elton John is probably true, but it shouldn't take away from how good of a song it is.
No, I mean that says more about Elton John than the song. It's just I just love Hollywood Nights.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go Tiny Dancer.
Okay. Tiny. I have no issues with that. Tiny Dancer.
There we have it, folks.
Dan is still listening to Hollywood Nights. Is he going to change his pick? Are you going to change your vote, Dan, or should we move Tiny Dancer on? No, you'll keep Tiny Dancer. Okay. So now we move to the final 4. This is an awesome final 4. I can't wait.
Yeah, I literally don't even know that song.
Really? Do you know Bob Seger though? Yeah.
Yeah, by name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's usually how you would. All right, so
by smell.
I know Bob Seger's smell quite well. All right, so we're into the final 4. Let's run through this. We've got the first. Who advances in the colors? Is it Jack Black or is it the Blue Ridge Mountains? Let's hear from Dan and AJ first, since it was not their categories.
I mean, yeah, I feel like we could be quite predictable here with. Well, I don't know actually. AJ was very supportive of Jack Black. For me, it's Jack Black. Just purely based on international appeal. And yeah, I'm going for him. Pure enjoyment as well that I've had out of his films. So that's my pick. But yeah, AJ, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, takes a lot to have me vote against the mountains. If it was like last week's where I was picking alpine mountains in general, I don't think many things could sway that for me, but specifically the Blue Ridge Mountains, they're my current home state mountains, but they're not my favorite mountains. I mean, the Rockies are way more beautiful and full of life. So yeah, we're sticking with Jack Black on this, baby. Nacho.
I'm shocked you went Jack Black. Joe, what do you think?
Yeah, Tenacious D, School of Rock. The movie where he plays the funeral director, Bernie.
Yeah.
I've never seen the Blue Ridge Mountains, but you see the phrase Blue Ridge Mountains. John Denver's voice just comes to you.
Yeah.
I love that. But I got to go with Jack.
Yeah, this should be Blue Whale going through to the final. But instead, we've got a clean sweep for Jack Black. So that's on you guys, not on me. Other side, we've got the number 2 RuPaul versus the number 3, the song Tiny Dancer. I'll start on this. I'm going RuPaul for all the reasons that we have discussed up to this point, and for the reason that Elton John, a lot better songs than Tiny Dancer. So give me RuPaul.
Yeah, I want the human-human matchup.
The rare in this this format, human matchup. Yeah. Dan, AJ?
Go figure. We're going to be debating 2 things that are actually kind of related. Yeah, I'll go RuPaul. I want to see this debate unfold.
Yeah. I mean, I think RuPaul is a no-brainer actually on this one. Like you say, Tiny Dancer is a tiny part of Elton John's legacy and his career, and obviously that song has been resampled and used on different songs. But as we've mentioned before, RuPaul is a pioneer of his own genre, and within entertainment and popular culture, he's an absolute powerhouse. So it's RuPaul versus Jack Black in the final.
So this is the battle of the clash of the titans here. RuPaul v. Jack Black.
Should have been RuPaul versus Blue Whale.
What everyone it should be, and Blue Whale wins easy. What everyone expected. Dan, let's go to you first. Can you be swayed away from Jack Black?
Yeah, this is a tough one, because I mean, I've probably consumed slightly more Jack Black like media and watched minutes of Jack Black is probably higher than RuPaul, but that's something that over time I feel like is just going to completely flip on its head. I feel like I'm like in the future that will be, I've seen way more RuPaul stuff than I have Jack Black, without even necessarily going out to watch RuPaul. I just think as a force within popular culture, like it's just growing and growing and growing. But basing it purely on, to this point in my life, minutes spent enjoying something, it's Jack Black movies and music. So personally for me, I'm going with Jack Black. I don't necessarily think that's like the, if you measure everything, and if we were a committee and we had to come to a conclusion, then maybe that's not the answer. But personally, I'm taking my man Jack.
AJ.
You're muted, and we can hear a dog drinking some water.
Yeah, you can hear a dog drinking some water, right?
Yeah.
The worst show audio-wise we've done to date.
Well, I apologize, fellas.
No, it's me too, AJ. It's me too.
So, I mean, for all the reasons you said, Dan, I was thinking the same. I think I've personally defended RuPaul and making it here to the finals, and I definitely appreciate his influence on pop culture. Me personally, like in terms of how much media I've partaken in with these two characters, it's way heavier on the Jack Black side, and in tribute is just, it is a gem, master exploder, FHG, like, oh my god, these songs are like, and he's not even known first as a musician, he's known first as an actor, but I mean, Tenacious D has to be one of the most underrated rock bands of all time. Friggin' love those songs. Go watch the music video for Tribute if you haven't already. He hits a note that will blow y'all little minds. Jack Black.
Joe, that's 2 votes for Jack Black.
I mean, you can't argue with anything you just said. Again, I think that there's a minority of the country that is just, RuPaul going away. Not even close. I think the majority are taking Jack Black. But I think it's a good point. I'm not watching, RuPaul's Drag Race, but I'll watch, Little Envy, So I don't think we know the scope of the impact and how good he actually is, at what he does. We just know that, he is the Mariano Rivera, the Devin Hester, the greatest at that particular thing, not even close. But there's an argument that Jack Black is the greatest, multi-talent of the guitar, the vocals.
There's not. There's not an argument for that. But yeah,
I don't know. Who would you say is who rocks and acts like that?
I don't know.
Elvis.
Elvis, yeah.
I mean,
Donald
like
Glover.
Jamie Foxx or like
Jamie Foxx,
Justin
yeah.
Timberlake.
Donald Glover,
Smith.
yeah.
Yeah,
Donald Glover is-
Timberlake entered the chat for sure.
Yeah.
Donald. I mean,
I'm not giving it to Jack Black. I'm sorry. It's the greatest of all time. My vote is going Jack Black for this, which is improbable that Jack Black has just clean swept this ultimate bracket of things. This is he hasn't lost a single vote. Jack Black is unbelievable. It's crazy.
That is crazy, right? Now you look back and you're like, that's why I was like, I can't really put him at 1 or 2. I mean, I put him as a 4, and he swept the board. I mean,
he did not lose a single vote.
It's dominating.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I guess that's what it is. I guess like when you put this list together, you like think of him, it's like this old frumpy troll guy, But then when you really like talk about what he has done, it's like,
he's a legend, absolute legend, Jack Black. I can't. This is not how I saw today going. I'm excited to see the comments we get. There was a lot of people very upset about the Snow Leopard over Tiger pick last week. And so
that was crazy, man. I haven't even been upset about that this week, but I'll join those people in being upset about that. That was ridiculous.
I stand by the pick. But there you have it, Jack Black. Jack Black's your winner. I don't know how I feel about this one, boys. It should be the blue whale. I'm a little upset because you know what I'm really upset about is now we have to do another full show of Jack Black because there's going to be a Jack Black region as he the winners of these first 4 matchups get their own region, and now we're going to have to do another whole Jack Black discussion. And
listen, if somebody learns to play guitar and act like him, then they would win. I mean, that's it.
I'm working on
it. All right, guys, let's wrap it there. We will do this again next week. Can we say next Saturday? Can we say it now? Because next Sunday is, of course, Easter. So I don't know. I don't have any Easter plans, so I'm also happy to just record on Easter. But I don't know what you guys do for that. So let's keep track. We'll either do Saturday or Sunday next week. But thank you everyone for listening. I will give Joe the final word this week.
Final word, just watching Jalen Suggs versus Marcus Zagorowski. Some elite point guard play right now.
There you have it, folks. See you next week.